What is going on, guys? Umbreon is the best here today, and I have a 5th gen black and white 2 Wi-Fi battle for you guys. I am using I don't want to say a random team, but it is definitely a new team that I haven't used before, and I don't think I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to do the team preview. You'll see it as we go, but here I'm challenged by Munch, and Munch is gonna go ahead and lead off with the Obama Snow now, because I saw his team. I figured this was gonna be the obvious lead, and I figured he'd want the hail up just for, I don't know. It doesn't even look like he had a hail team when I saw his team, but he's gonna go into the Latios, and I kinda sorta predicted this, but I really wasn't gonna do it the first try, so I really just wanted to volt switch out of there because I figured he would bring in something that would wall me. And I actually don't think he has any ground types. So here I'm going to volt switch into Jelly Belly, which is my fully special defensive Bodengeru. Um, I don't actually, oh my goodness, it's actually a Jellicent I don't run Taunt on, though. So I think I have a Protect. I got the Protect, I got Toxic, I got Scold, and I got Ice Beam. So he's going to predict my Ice Beam and switch out into Tentacruel. And I have not gotten up rocks, and neither has he. So I'm not, he's obviously not going to rapid spin. I think after all these after turn effects, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to switch into my Fortress, which is actually my fully special defense, or my fully physical defense wall. But I'm doing it to predict the Toxic, and I actually get it right. And Fortress is just going to, not even going to care. He's not even going to just kind of dust whatever Toxic came out of this Tentacruel, just kind of dust it off his shell. And I'm going to get my HP back from the lefties, so I'm still in my sturdy range, and I know I can pretty much do whatever. And here, I go for Stealth Rocks, and at this point, I haven't realized how vital the Stealth Rocks are going to be. So I'm not really rushing to get rid of them, or, to get rid of them. But I set up my Stealth Rocks on his Scold. His Scold does about, just 35–40%. And here he's going to go for the rapid spin. He gets a crit with that, and it still did like 5 damage. But I'm going to volt switch out now. I actually wasn't thinking. I kind of felt like I should have just gone for another Stealth Rock and then baited him into the Scold and gone into Bodengeru. And I'm going to actually volt switch into my Thunderous. But here I actually miss up. I don't actually make a good prediction here. I wanted to say that the Latios was going to come in, but the Jirachi actually comes in. So instead of going for an electric move, get that stab of like 145 base special attack from this monster, I instead go for the Hidden Power Ice, and as you can see, it does pretty much nothing to this Jirachi. But now I don't actually run Thunder or Thunderbolt on this Thunderous. I run Discharge solely for this reason, because he's not extremely fast, but he is pretty fast, and so he's fast enough to utilize the Discharge with the 30% paralyze bonus, and by slowing down the other team, he's helping out the rest of the team while dealing out a really big chunk of damage. And his Jirachi goes for the Body Slam, and it is going to paralyze me, but in comes his Obama Snow again, and this is where a plan I had actually came into play. I actually didn't have to do it though because of some hacks, but here you see how much the Hidden Power Ice just did to this Obama Snow, even though it's unstab, and I'm not Specs or anything. Well, I actually have Hidden Power Ice on my Heatran here, and it really works out because I think this is my Spectran. And I'm not sure why. It might have been a misclick, but here I go for the Earth Power. And yeah, you can see he brings in the Latios and easily takes that. Maybe I probably should have just gone for the Dragon Pulse there. I know it wouldn't have done too much, but I'm gonna bring in the Fortress, predicting his double switch into Tentacruel. And the reason why I want this is because I kind of want to. I told you, I really want those Stealth Rocks up, because after seeing the Obama Snow, I know that Ice Shard could be a serious problem, because I still have a Dragonite laying in wait, and that's why I don't want Stealth Rocks up from him, and I'm not seeing any. So here I'm going to go ahead and set up some extra Stealth Rocks, and I think here I'm going to predict the Rapid Spin, because you've seen his Obama Snow is already at half health. He doesn't want it to take any more damage, and he's gonna want a rapid spin right away. So here I'm gonna make the switch into Jellicent to resist the rapid spin, obviously, or become immune to it, anyways. So I'm not getting oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm just all over the place. I have not narrated a battle in forever, and this battle, when I recorded it, the way it recorded took me forever, so this is the fastest I can play it back. But here, I predicted the Toxic after I switched into Jellicent, and I go back into Fortress to resist the Toxic again, and I go for the Protect here because I know he's going to want a Rapid Spin, and I'm actually trying to fodder off my Fortress because I want to clean switch into something. I can't remember what it was, though, on my team. Oh, yes, I have the Technician Breloom, and so I wanted to go into this, and I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed here. And what, 4 times? Yeah, nice 4-time hit with the Bullet Seed, Technician boosted. I think I'm Adamant. So it's a very dangerous set, all in all. And I'm actually going to switch into Jellicent as his Latias comes in, because I'm predicting the Dragon Pulse here. I didn't think he'd want to go in for the Psyshock, because the Psyshock I think would do less damage to my Heatran. But I'm just going to go for the Scald here on his Recover. And the whole reason I went for Scald was because I got the burn. I did get lucky getting the burn first try, but I was going to continuously try for the burn until I did finally get it. And here he's going to predict the Ice Beam now and go into his Tentacruel. Now, I've already said that keeping my Stealth Rocks up on his side of the field is vital to me. So instead, here he predicts me to have to switch out because I'm not going to have anything to hit him with. But instead, I decide to stay in predicting his Rapid Spin and go for the Scald, and yet again, aim for the burn damage. I was really trying for the burn damage this whole time because I don't carry Toxic on this Burengeru. So, yeah, you see here he goes for the Toxic. I knew it was coming, that's why I protected. I'm trying to get as many. I'm just trying to whittle him down with burn because I really don't have much that can really hurt this Tentacruel on Burengeru. So I actually go for the Recover here instead of going for the Scald. I feel like the Scald might have actually killed him after burn damage. And here he goes into Bronzong. And the whole reason that I was saying that this freeze here in the end isn't a big deal is because with the Hidden Power Ice from Heatran, I was free to lock myself into I don't want to go for that far ahead. You'll see. Maybe you'll figure out what my original plan was as it goes through. But here I'm going to switch into Heatran, and he brings in his Tentacruel as Death Fodder to see what I'm going to lock myself into. And actually, he might not have. I might have double switched. Sorry, I did get a little backtrack looking around. But here he's going to go into his Gliscor. Now, Gliscor can be a big threat to me. Now here I go for my Overheat on this Latias. Looking from that damage, I think I might have been Scarfed. It doesn't look like the Overheat from Specs Modest Heatran, which by the way just destroys. And here I'm going to go ahead and predict the Recover for him predicting me to switch. So what I'm going to switch out to is Breloom because I know I can take 1 Dragon Pulse. And then I really kind of, what I'm hoping here for was a longer run at Bullet Seed, just like maybe 3. 4 would have been great. 5 obviously would have been amazing. But that's actually a really uncommon set. But here I'm going to go back into Tran. I'm going to go for that Overheat again because he isn't in the range where I can kill him now. And that's actually really good for me because that was a pretty big threat. Now here I'm predicting him to Swords Dance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to Overheat. And I'm going to stay in and Overheat even though I am -2. Because like I said, I think I'm Scarfed. I'm pretty sure I'm Scarfed. And now I'm going to go into a Burengeru predicting the Protect because I'm thinking he's going to want to go for the Earthquake on the next turn. And I also know that that's actually going to kill me. But he decides to go for Protect again, I guess because it failed that first time. It didn't count and he was able to do it again. And yeah, so he's just trying to Toxic Saw me, even though his Earthquake probably would have killed me from where he was anyways. And here, he sat at a pretty respectable amount of HP. And this is the situation I actually wanted to say about. I go into Dragonite here. I know I can take whatever hit he wants to hit me with. So I'm going to Dragon Dance. Now, because I have the Scarf Tran, I know that I could take this out. So what I'm going to do, what I would have done if this Bronzong wasn't frozen, was I do still have the +1 Fire Punch, which probably would have, I'm pretty sure, because his Gliscor is his defensive wall, the Fire Punch would have easily 2-hit KO'd this Bronzong. And then I would have, I wouldn't have even have used my Lumberry yet. But he goes into his Abomasnow here now, and I'm going to go for the extreme speed. And then he said I also got lucky because I got the 2-turn Outrage, which I did get lucky there. But at the same time, had he taken me out with the Ice Shard, you saw how much the Hidden Power Ice did from Thundurus on the Abomasnow, so I would have been able to kill him on both his teams, and that is actually going to be good game. I ran out of time. Sorry guys, later.